Welcome to our special series, Microschool Moments. I am so excited to be sharing this special series with you as I take you through this episode all the way up until our 300th episode to help you see the transformation that has taken place as we have grown our microschool from our living room to now where we are today. Every single episode in this series is going to be very special. There will be 4 episodes in the month of September, and we will gladly be back to 2 episodes a week come October. And you'll see why we have spent time the past several months not having 2 episodes a week, because we have been in this major microschool moment. I'm going to take you through the past 5 years through this series. We're going to end with the 300th episode having a very special guest. You don't want to miss it. So stay tuned. No matter if you are building your microschool for the very first year, no matter if you are still sitting on the edge of your seat going, do I actually make the move? Or if you've been building your microschool for several years, this podcast series is for you. I'm going to be telling you a story. I'm going to give you reflections. I hope and pray that you walk away with inspiration. This podcast is for everyone, no matter the ages or the stages. You will find glimpses of little treasures of the practical and the tactical, and I'll be sharing the typical day in the life series as we go through what it's been like to really build this school. And then after our 300th episode, I'm going to be giving you day in the lives as we end out October. It's going to be so good. I know I've just taken you from September all the way October. I want to give you a vision because I want you to see what it's been like to go from a living room to where we are now, and to also share with you how my life has changed as a mom, as a microschool leader, and be able to give you, as we end this series, a special guest, and then move into a day in the life. I'm going to take you through in October a day in the life of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as a mom, as a microschool leader, and as your guide on the side, your coach, your mentor. Hopefully you see me as someone who is inspiring you and helping you to keep the flame alive. Let's get into it. Your dreams are about to take flight. Now is the time to cast aside your fears, your hesitations. No more waiting in the shadows. No more doubts holding you back. No more doing this alone. Your dreams are taking flight, and Microschool Masterminds is here to fuel your journey. It's your time. Your destiny awaits. We are about to soar together into a future of limitless possibilities. You are a microschool pioneer. It is with immense joy and excitement that I announce the grand opening of Microschool Masterminds that will not only help you to start your microschool, but grow your existing microschool by maximizing your time, optimizing your finances, and helping you master your marketing. To those brave souls already navigating the microschool universe, you understand the deep passion and commitment required to provide this truly exceptional educational experience. But oh, the challenge that you may be facing, the stranded feeling of isolation and knowing that this is your first time becoming a CEO. There are so many things that you are learning and that you are wanting to employ, but you cannot do it alone. The endless juggle of the task at hand, becoming an administrator, but also teaching and also wanting to grow what you've already started. We are here together with your time, your marketing, your finances, your planning. Fear no more. Microschool Masterminds is helping to be your guiding light. For those already on this incredible journey, our membership is tailored to maximize your precious time. Imagine having a dedicated space to share your resources, to get the support you need, to collaborate with fellow educators and access expert guidance, advice, videos, and group coaching on marketing, finances, and your time. And for those of you who are hesitant, peering into the world of starting your microschool or your homeschool hybrid program with trepidation, we understand your fears, the legalities, the marketing, the hiring, the space. Where do you even begin? But breathe easy, because Microschool Masterminds provides the roadmap you've been searching for. Our membership offers step-by-step guidance on navigating the legal landscape, crafting effective marketing plans, and even assistance with hiring the perfect team to bring your vision to life. So whether you're a seasoned Microschool owner yearning for more efficiency or a teacher with a dream and a spark of uncertainty, Microschool Masterminds is your beacon of hope. With us by your side, you'll not only survive but thrive in the dynamic world of microschooling and starting your homeschool hybrid. Doors are open, friends. Let's embark on this journey together. Microschool Masterminds, www.teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds. We're waiting for you. It's time to let your light shine. As mentioned at the start of this episode, we are getting into the series about the Microschool moments, the moments I have experienced in building the Microschool Lighthouse Learning, which is also a homeschool hybrid, which was never even intended to begin with. Nowhere near where I thought that we are now did I ever think at the beginning of this journey. Did that even make sense? I'm on vitamin C time right now. I am recording this episode the weekend of Labor Day, and I'm feeling super inspired, not just because I'm here at the beach. I've been inspired for a long time, for many years, to be able to share my heart and my testimony with you of literally how I came from being an absolute passionate, addicted to teaching, addicted to working, loving my career, to then having a somewhat of a total pivot in my career. Absolutely. But I really thought, my goodness, as a teacher, as an instructional coach, my passion for teaching is gone. And I was mad and I was sad and I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. And I'm going to be sharing the timeline with you of now that we are in year 5 over the next several series episodes. I'm going to be sharing with you how we got here, literally how we got here. And I think it's really important to always begin with the end in mind, which Stephen Covey has had such an amazing impact on my life, even whenever I was in my early years of teaching, whenever we were a Leader in Me school. Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Beginning with the end in mind really resonates with me because I am a visionary. I have done several personality assessments, and I am 100% a dreamer, a vision caster. That is who I am. That is who God made me to be. And I'm stepping into it, and I'm stepping into it through the Teacher Let Your Light Shine podcast, really hoping that I'm casting a net for you, showing you all of the possibilities and bringing you along with me, bringing you along with our community in the Teacher Let Your Light Shine. If you've not been a part of our podcast for a while, we welcome you. You can go back to several years. You can binge episodes. All of what you're going to be hearing today is even more at a depth than what it was at the very beginning of this podcast series. I will always remain true that this is a God-given purpose calling of my life. And I believe that every single one of us who step into this, whether you do it for a year, whether you do it for the rest of your life, this is where you're supposed to be. This is God's purpose for your life. And I really encourage you to spend some time, a lot of time, if you're not clear on your purpose. And it's okay if you're not. But I also know that you cannot fumble through life. Spend time leaning in, searching, listening, praying, journaling, and whether or not the purpose becomes clear the next month, the next year, it will come. Keep searching, keep knocking, and the door will be opened. That is how I want to start this podcast episode today, as I take you through the moments of starting our Microschool, like in a very reactive way, to be totally honest with you, literally in a crisis manner, getting through the comfort crisis, the pandemic crisis, the emotional crisis, my world turning 360 from public school teaching and my kids going to school and my kids thriving to then leaving my job, 6 months of leaving my job and wondering what am I going to do with my life, and then looking through all of the events that led up to where we are now, the years of journaling, the years of pondering, the years of dreaming about having what I thought would be a little cottage preschool in my backyard. That's all I wanted. That's it. I mean, I just wanted to have a house full of kids. I wanted to be able to walk outside my back porch with my coffee barefoot to the little cottage school, do a little preschool, help them get ready for kindergarten, do these really beautiful binders for them. Like, I was so in the zone. That's all I wanted for years and years and years. So where are we now? Did it come to pass? Where are we now? So right now, at the start of this year, I had a very loose goal of 70 students, and they're not preschoolers. They are kindergarten through 7th graders. As of August 31st, we have 72 students, 5 tours scheduled this week. And I would say that our strengths, if we're going to do, let's just say I'm going to start off right now. If you've ever heard of a SWOT analysis, I know this is getting a little bit like we went from this whole dreamy stage to now we're like being very analytical. SWOT is strengths, S, W, weaknesses, O, opportunities, T, threats. I'm going to share with you where we are right now on if I were to do a SWOT analysis on our school. You know, the school with 72 students, more to come, when all I was dreaming about was a little cottage school in my backyard. That's it. I still want that. I still want that. I don't know if it's going to come when I'm 70. I don't know if it's going to come when I am in my grandparenting stages. I don't know if what I feel about that is actually going to be birthed through my own daughters. Maybe what that dream actually was to be planted and given to my daughters for whenever they become mothers. I don't know. And that's an interesting perspective as well, because my mother-in-law said to me that some of our dreams aren't even necessarily for us. They're for the next generations. Isn't that so dynamic? I'm smiling right now because I think, God, you gave me that dream, but it may not even be mine. It may be for my kids. And thank you for that. That's what a legacy is. A legacy is a long-lasting impact, a particular events or actions that take place in someone's life. So if that's the legacy that I have, is to say, yeah, my mom, she dreamt of having this little cottage school in her backyard. It actually ended up turning into like a full whopping school, but I'm going to take that vision that she had and I'm going to birth it through. Maybe so. Here we are now. We are in a church with multiple offices. My husband has an office. He has quit his career. He now works full-time at our school. We have an executive assistant that came on the week before school, wasn't even planning on hiring someone, didn't even know really clearly that I needed an executive assistant, but I cannot wait to share with you how hiring an executive assistant has cleared my calendar. I will be sharing that with you in October as I go through a Day in the Life series with you. Monday through Sunday, folks. But here we are, me, my husband, an executive assistant. We have offices at our church. This is now become a kindergarten first grade with 16 students, a second, third grade with 18 students, a fourth, fifth grade with 18 students. I like got a lisp today. Hey, fourth and fifth grade, 18 students, sixth and seventh grade, 18 students. We have a curriculum director. We have an enrichment coordinator. We have 2 assistants. We've got a virtual billing lady, and I have 2 virtual assistants that help me with marketing through Facebook, through emails, through running our website, and someone who also helps me with Teacher Let Your Light Shine. Wow. Multiple contractors. We have 17 people on payroll, not including myself. I do pay myself separately as a CEO. We have hybrid teachers that teach art, music, guitar, PE, trades, our integrated trades program for our middle school. They are contractors as well. I'm sharing where we are right now because the truth of the matter is, I really was never dreaming of being here. I was actually approached, my husband and I, 7 years ago from a pastor to build a school. And we were like, no, just wanted that little cottage in my backyard. I'm happy where I am right now. I'm grateful for where we are right now, but it wasn't a part of the vision. And that's okay. I'm learning to surrender because it's not my vision is what I'm really trying to be obedient to. I was given the vision. I was given the inspiration, but the true vision, I've had to surrender and say, God, your will. And trust me when I've done it kicking and screaming. I've done it on my knees praying. I've done it through tears. I've done it through arguments with my husband. I mean, I'm here to tell you the real and the raw. I was adamant. I do not have it in my vision for this school to continue to grow. I'm not opposed to it, but I really wasn't ready. A lot of fear, a lot of doubt, a lot of unbelief, while I'm still podcasting and sharing the story with you 1 year into it. I'm like praying, like my spirit is saying yes. My spirit is saying your will, God, but my flesh is saying not now. My flesh is saying not like this. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities, the rulers, the darkness of this world. This is real life. I'm not here to give you a Pollyanna story that is not real. Because if you are doing this, you are on the battlefield. You're on the battlefield for your life, for your calling, for your kids, and that's not meant to scare you. That is meant to empower you. I'm walking before you. That's what God has called me to do, is to walk before you and to share this with you, because it really is worth it. It is so worth it. And I want you to hang in there with me through the series, through the day in the life as we go in through October, that it's worth it. And I'm not going back. I'm not going back to public school. I'm not giving up the school. I'm not giving up the dream. I'm not going to say, put my feet in the cement and say, this is by golly what it's supposed to look like and be like, and I'm not going anywhere. No, it's been a constant metamorphosis. So I'm going to share with you year one. And as I mentioned, the SWOT analysis, which I never even got all the way through, the strength is an A team. Man, we're creating systems. We're more organized. We've got a middle school. Those are our strengths. We've got a lot of processes locked and loaded. We're foundated. We've grown honestly through word of mouth. That is a strength. We have been built through integrity. And those are not my words. That was someone who I had hired as a chief financial officer last year. I didn't even realize he was like my chief financial officer. He had to leave for a year. I'm so sad. He's gone to another country, but he had to leave. He was my chief financial officer. Really, I just hired him to help me to understand my finances. I really did not just want to give up the whole bookkeeping and billing to other people. I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn about finances. That's something I've never learned before. But he said to me, you have built this school off of integrity. That should be the proudest moment to be able to share with people, is that this school has been built off of integrity, and yours is too. I would say our weaknesses is that we've had to go back to go forward, because in building our school, it's been a lot of me doing, and there was still what I call the pink work. I listened to Lisa Woodruff of Organize 365 because I am so visual. Lisa has taught me about the pink work the visionary work, the purple work, the project work, the green work, the admin work, the blue work, the team work. And I've even included orange work, systems and processes, yellow work, curriculum, red work, our daily to-dos. I'll be sharing that with you, especially if you're in Microschool Masterminds. I'll be sharing that with you in the day in the life as we get into October. I have learned so much about business and being organized by starting the school and just getting in and learning and growing as we're building. So we've had to go back. And now that I have so many people going, I'm here to help, I'm here to help, I'm going, oh my gosh, I have been the keeper of all this information, and I have no idea how to teach you guys how to take my spot. I don't know what to do. So I've had to go back to go forward. That's okay. But I would say that that's a weakness right now because I wasn't documenting nearly enough as I was going. That's a practical tip for you. Start documenting what you do. Our opportunities are literally endless. Multiple options for families. We are in an educational savings state. We are really strong right now financially and with our cash flow. We are strong in building out systems and processes. We now have a new system, a new student informational system called Playground, which I could say is a little bit of a weakness right now too, because we're on a learning curve. We're on a learning curve with so many new team members. We're on a learning curve with a new system for handling our student information. We're on a new system for billing through educational savings accounts. Learning curves. Learning curves can be weaknesses, but they're also opportunities. We also have an opportunity next year where what we're building right now is to be replicated for a second location next year. That is the goal. Our threats, the T for threats, would be limited class size where we are. Like our building, we have a wait list right now. And having a second location is going to help eliminate some of the combustion that we have, because we do have families that drive over an hour on a daily basis. They drive an hour, drop off, drive an hour back, come back an hour, drop off, drive an hour back. To me, that's a little bit of a threat, because at any given time, if this is not feasible for families, we could lose them. So we've done a market analysis of where our students are predominantly coming from. So we are looking to start a location next year. The threat to that right now is really building up this school while also preparing to launch another school. And truth be told, I've done this before while I was building Lighthouse Learning. And then the threat, which was also an opportunity, was to start the podcast. So I was building two businesses at a time. You'll notice that your opportunities can somewhat feel like threats. Your threats can feel like opportunities. They can feel like weaknesses. The goal is to be aware. We also have a lot of special needs families coming to us, and we are not a special needs school. So with that being said, we're going to really need to determine truly what the dynamic is going to be for offering services in the future. And are we going to have special needs? Special needs, there's a way to give special needs, right? There's the ADHD, there is maybe some dyslexia, even with a special needs, could be medical. But when we're talking about higher level special needs, you could have students, if they come to you with autism, you've seen one student with autism, you've seen one student with autism because of the range and the spectrum, right? So what criteria do we have for offering services to a child who might have a special need or on the spectrum who may even be identified? What is the cutoff? What is the process for this? Right now, this can be a threat because we need to make sure that for all of these families who want to come to Lighthouse Learning, that we truly are able to service their family, not just for the kids' sake, but also for the teacher's sake, for our school's sake. Now, with that being said, I've given you an insight of where we are now, but I want to take you back to the vision. That's our reality. This is where we are now. But the vision was that the organization, the teaching, the born to be a teacher, the mom who loved working on the weekends, loving my career, strong in my career, dreaming of just continuing this track of being like the best teacher ever. That's what I wanted. Then I went and I got my very first year, I got pregnant with my daughter, Jalen. After having Jalen for about 6 months, I did not want to go back to work. This is when the dream really set in. I did not dream of having this preschool cottage daycare or preschool, not daycare, but preschool when I was in high school or in college. I had this dream after I had my daughter, Jalen, and after teaching for about 2 years and saying, I loved when I saw this lady. She would take teachers' students and she would take them to her house and she would take them and give them all these awesome experiences. She only had like 3 or 4 kids. And then at the end of the day, she would bring the kiddos back to the teachers at our school. And I was like, oh, that looks so fun. She's still with kids. She's at our house. She helps teachers. I would love to do that. So then after I had my daughter, Jalen, I met another lady from a different school who did the same thing. She only watched teachers' kids. She loved the teacher schedule. She would take all the kids. She would meet the teachers at the school, get the kids in her van, take them home, do the preschool, and then take them back to the teachers at the end of the day. And I just was thinking, what a blessing to teachers, and what a blessing to these kids, and what a blessing to this lady. That's really what I wanted. And now I have my daughter, Jalen. I just wanted to be at home with her, and I wanted to have more kids. But my husband said, if you've listened to previous podcast, no, honey, it's too much of a liability. He was selling insurance at the time. You really need the money. I still need the money. Got it. Then my mom started taking care of my daughter. I went back, got my master's degree, was like, okay, love my career. I'm going to be a principal, or I'm going to start a school. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm just really digging my career right now. Then we had our second daughter. We moved to Florida. Reality set in. When I moved to Florida, we were about 8 years behind in my professional judgment. We were about 8 years behind where I came from Missouri. So that really threw me through a loop. So then I started dreaming again. Oh man. My daughter Jolie, she was 2 years old. This is like, oh man, I'd love to have this little cottage backyard. I'm starting to feel frustrated. I'm in this tug of war. I don't know what to do. My kids are really great at school. I don't have a house. I was living with my in-laws at the time. I started listening to entrepreneurship, started listening to tons of TED Talks, YouTube videos, podcasts, personal development. Then I was really at a peak in my career. I had been Teacher of the Year in Missouri. I got awarded Teacher of the Year in Florida, but none of that even mattered to me because I knew my purpose was somewhere in teaching and in leadership, but I didn't know exactly where. So this is where I started getting super, super fuzzy. I had this like identity crisis. So now I'm going to start selling jewelry because that sounds fun and I can work from home, sell some jewelry, teach my kids how to become entrepreneurs, because I also saw in my daughter, Jalen, she was very creative and she was always coming up with all these business ideas. So I was like, she actually inspired me. So here I am thinking, okay, I'm going to start this entrepreneur track. Maybe I'll have another baby. I don't know. I remember taking runs and literally crying, being like, God, I guess I'm never going to have another baby again. I guess I'm never going to do the baby dream house preschool cottage thing. Cause I'm like knee deep in my career and I'm strong into wanting this to work out, but I'm also conflicted spiritually. So again, if you listened to any podcast earlier, these tub talks my husband and I would have, I would just share with him. I'd be in the bathtub. My kids would be asleep. He'd be just sitting in the bathroom listening to me. And I'm like, I don't know what I want to do in life, but I know that I'm really strong at what I do, but I'm unfulfilled. So then I started listening to homeschooling podcast. And I'm like, why am I obsessed with this right now? Why am I obsessed with this? Who is homeschooling? Who is leaving their teaching career to homeschool? And I still have to make money somehow. So you hear this tug of war, right? You hear this no plan. You hear this lack of patience, a lack of peace. You hear some pain. You hear some seeking. And then I got real serious and was like praying about it. I knew my daughter was about to start middle school. Now she's going to be going to a different school. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? How about I just throw caution to the wind and I just immerse myself in personal and professional development and learning about entrepreneurship because there wasn't a career that I could identify with. So I'm going to make my own career somehow. That's where I was at. And I'm praying and I'm saying, okay, I'm going to give myself 2 years to start this out. And here we go. Here comes the voice. You need to let go. Was that you, God? Oh, I'm just going to keep sweeping. I'm literally in my living room. I'm just going to keep sweeping. Let go. I know that's not from you, God, because I want to be financially wise. I don't have my insurance, my benefits. I'm not fully invested yet. This just seems like a very impulsive decision. 2 weeks later, I'm going on a walk. I'm wrestling. God, I'm just struggling right now. I don't know what to do. Let go. And I was like, okay, that's you. I start crying. Let go or you'll never know. Okay, got it. I'm going to have to let go. I'm going to have to go in. And I just had to rip off the Band-Aid. Went in on a Monday morning. I got to go. I tell my principal we had started a school together. I've got to go. I don't know where I'm going. They're like, you're going to take this paparazzi jewelry and you're going to hit the road, aren't you? And I was like, no, I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing. It's good. It's a good little hobby, but it's not going to pay the bills. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I let go. I left. I just had this total moment of I'm just going. This was in 2019. I let go. I got pregnant during the time. My daughter started middle school. My daughter Jolie started a new school, 2nd grade. We were all in the neighborhood. Literally rode my bike up with my daughter Jolie on her, dropped her off at her school, came back, got in the van, dropped my daughter off in her school a mile away. We were all, literally their schools were in our neighborhood. Came back home, hated sitting with myself and hearing the voices in my head. Not good when you don't know your purpose and you're free falling. Oh my goodness. Then I get pregnant, don't have insurance. Oh my goodness gracious. But the great thing was I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. I'm having a baby. It's going to be amazing. Here's the dream, honey. We're ecstatic. We're going around trying to find tiny houses. This is it. Oh my gosh, I left my job. I got pregnant. This is it. God's given us the vision. We're going to get the cottage house. We're going to get the preschool going. I'm going to have this baby. I bet it's going to be a boy. And then I lose the baby very, very soon into it. Now I'm super conflicted. Now I'm very confused. It's December. I've been home since, end of the year, May, June to December, half the year, 6 months. And then comes January, I go back into teaching, substituting, still not fulfilled. Here comes the pandemic in February. We're all home in March. I'm with my daughters. This is awesome. I'm laying outside underneath a tree. My daughter's sewing. My other daughter's doing some type of gymnastics. And I'm like, you know what? This is the life. I'm hitting these homeschooling podcasts nonstop. And then I have a dream in June. As I'm still conflicted with my purpose, God, what am I going to do? He gives me in a dream, you'll always be successful with kids. Every door's closing. I see my daughter outside playing football with a bunch of kids. I don't know. Such a good dream though. Get up and I'm like, that's it. I'm going to keep my kids home in 2020. We're not going to go back to school. I'm going to see if any other parents want me to do this. And that's when it all started. We had no money. This was completely reactive. We didn't even own our house. I had no marketing, had no homeschool law research, but I'm just thinking, what do I have to lose? I'm getting out of the comfort crisis. I'm in the middle of a pandemic crisis. Now I'm in an emotional crisis. Holy moly. What am I going to offer families? It was super random, guys. I'm like, I'm going to try it for a year. I just want to homeschool my kids. I just need to make some money. I want education to be totally different. I don't want to go back into the schools and teaching. What can I do? Listen up, guys. It was so messy. It was so messy. I will say I'm really proud of myself. I made these curriculum crates that we still use 5 years, which is super replicatable. Is that the word? We can replicate them over and over at our new location. Curriculum crates. I need to do a whole podcast about curriculum crates. I need to be doing some social media about it. There's just so much to teach you guys. The one thing I'm proud of is that I went from, I'm going to do a weekly email. It was started off as a Monday email. Then I didn't like that. So then I changed it to a Friday email. We still do emails every year, every Friday, into 5 years. Now I've even given up my emails to a virtual assistant. Everything was random. Monthly newsletters were random. Monthly everything was random. But the one thing that remained was, we're going to make learning fun. And we are going to be outside, and we're going to go to lunch, and we're going to go on all these field trips. Listen, guys, we had a random handbook. We had a random introductory packet. We had our very first year kids cutting each other's hair. We had someone fall in the pool. We had a little girl run around the corner, and another kid had a chair in his arms carrying it to the other room. She ricocheted backwards. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to take her to the hospital. It's a TV show. It's a TV show in the making, but we made it. And come December, after literally days and weeks of on my knees praying, God, what am I doing? Is this really what you want me to do? Am I going to keep doing it? Parents were like, we love it. Are you going to do it next year? And I'm like, oh my goodness. Seriously. I'll tell you what though. Although I had no idea about money, I had no idea about business, we never lacked a thing. We had no donations. We had everything from the dollar store. We had everything piecemealed together. But we had such a beautiful time. Were there hard times? There were hard times. I'm like, oh my God, I am in charge. Lord God, you have put me in charge of my kids' academics. My daughter's in middle school. I'm running from the back office. Then I'm running into the living room where the kindergartners were. Then I'm running to the front room where the third graders were. Then I called my mother-in-law. I said, I got to have some help here. 8 kids, 7th grade, kindergarten, 3rd grade. Help me, please. That was my very first hire. She came Monday through Thursday. She taught the kindergartners from 9 to 12. I took all the kids to lunch. We came back in the afternoon, and it was stations and creations and art and PE. We did all of our learning from 9 to 12. We did our field trips on Thursdays and Fridays. Listen, we barely had a Facebook. But here's what I do know. Although people were Cash Apping me, Venmo, I had no systems at all. Okay? I'm living on a prayer, guys. I was living on a prayer. I will tell you. It was a dream that turned into an obedience, a tug of war, a lot of lack of patience, a lot of peace, a lot of fighting with my purpose, a lot of flighting, like fight, flight, or freeze. I went through my whole first year like that. And 6 months prior during COVID. There was pain, there was praise, there was possibilities, there was purpose, there was barely a plan. And here we are, prosperous, with so much potential. That was messy, right? That was so messy. But here we are. And that's why I'm here teaching you all of the things that I wish I would have known, all of the ways that I could have made this better. This is my purpose in life right now, is to share how to actually do this through faith, through surrender, through planning now, through systems and processes and hiring, through financial awareness. God gets all of the glory for all of this. And I am so grateful to be here to be able to share this with you. Through this series, I'm going to be sharing with you next week, year 2, and on through the years. And I'm so excited for you to just stay the course with me so that you can relate and know now, wow, I mean, just to share with you, I never thought we would be here. And here I am at the beach, and I'm definitely so much more at peace. I have so much more time than what I had back from the beginning. And so many of you want this life, but you're so scared, and I understand. And I invite you to come with us, be a part of Microschool Masterminds. Be a part of us learning and growing together and watching and being able to watch modules and learn on your own time, but also be able to be in community with others and to see the possibilities, to truly experience it. I'm so excited for you to be with us. I love you. Stay the course. Stay the course, because there truly is a rainbow. There is a rainbow at the end of what you might feel like is a flood of emotions, of decisions, of job roles and responsibilities. But hang in there, because I have dedicated the past 4 years and putting processes together and what I've learned in systems and routines and finances and wisdom and hours upon hours of learning and growing and business and research. I'm here because this is truly such an extension of my purpose to you. Head over to teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds, or even book a coaching session with me. I would love to be able to help you along the way. Again, that's teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds to join our program, where you can learn on your own at your own pace, but also get new exclusive monthly content, group coaching, live Q&As. September's all about planning for quarter 4 as we move into this quarter, and being able to live group coach along with live questions and answers. I'll see you there. teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds. Keep shining. Your dreams are about to take flight. Now is the time to cast aside your fears, your hesitations. No more waiting in the shadows. No more doubts holding you back. No more doing this alone. Your dreams are taking flight, and Microschool Masterminds is here to fuel your journey. It's your time. Your destiny awaits. We are about to soar together into a future of limitless possibilities. You are a Microschool pioneer. It is with immense joy and excitement that I announce the grand opening of Microschool Masterminds that will not only help you to start your microschool, but grow your existing microschool by maximizing your time, optimizing your finances, and helping you master your marketing. To those brave souls already navigating the microschool universe, you understand the deep passion and commitment required to provide this truly exceptional educational experience. But oh, the challenge that you may be facing, the stranded feeling of isolation and knowing that this is your first time becoming a CEO. There are so many things that you are learning and that you are wanting to employ, but you cannot do it alone. The endless juggle of the task at hand, becoming an administrator, but also teaching and also wanting to grow what you've already started. We are here together with your time, your marketing, your finances, your planning. Fear no more. Microschool Masterminds is helping to be your guiding light. For those already on this incredible journey, our membership is tailored to maximize your precious time. Imagine having a dedicated space to share your resources, to get the support you need, to collaborate with fellow educators and access expert guidance, advice, videos, and group coaching on marketing, finances, and your time. And for those of you who are hesitant, peering into the world of starting your microschool or your homeschool hybrid program with trepidation, we understand your fears, the legalities, the marketing, the hiring, the space. Where do you even begin? But breathe easy, because Microschool Masterminds provides the roadmap you've been searching for. Our membership offers step-by-step guidance on navigating the legal landscape, crafting effective marketing plans, and even assistance with hiring the perfect team to bring your vision to life. So whether you're a seasoned Microschool owner yearning for more efficiency or a teacher with a dream and a spark of uncertainty, Microschool Masterminds is your beacon of hope. With us by your side, you'll not only survive but thrive in the dynamic world of microschooling and starting your homeschool hybrid. Doors are open, friends. Let's embark on this journey together. Microschool Masterminds, www.teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds. We're waiting for you. It's time to let your light shine.